Here we are at the new premises. This is our first custom build since we've moved. Welcome to the workshop. Let's get stuck in. So we're going to do the process first. We're using an i7 processor for this build. So let me remove that. I'm going to undo. There we go. Get the processor out. So yeah, this is an i7 processor. We're going to put all the specs in the description below. Put the stickers there for go on the case later. So let's take these out. These boxes are a bit like origami. I need to work out how they folded it in. There we go. Be careful there with the case so it doesn't get all mushed up. So there we have i7 11700F. It's a 2 GHz processor. Sorry, 2.5 GHz processor. And let's get this in. Just make sure I put it around the right way, which is in there like so. I'll do that, screw up that. There we go. So that's the processor on. Now I'm going to put on the heatsink. Bearing in mind I need to know where this is plugged in on the board so we don't have the cable going in the wrong direction. Let's have a quick look. So it's over there. If I put it round that way. Right, okay. There we go. The CPU connector is over there. Let's carefully put this on like so. Intels are always a nightmare to get on the board. Make sure that they're all down and on. Push and twist it. That one's on. Check that one is. There we go. They are all nicely on. No, this one isn't. There we go. So, CPU fan on here. And we are all connected in. So that's the processor on and the fan on as well. So next we're going to move on to the RAM. So we're putting 4 16 gig sticks in. They're 3200 megahertz, the PC4-25600 XPG Hunter. So let's open up these and put in the RAM. There we go. One in. I have pre-opened all of these so you didn't have to watch me open stuff, as it's a build, not an unboxing. There we go. In. Number 3. Getting these fiddly bits done now before we put the board in the case, so we've got more room. There we go. The last stick going in. go. Right, this one doesn't want to. I'll put it in again. There we go. So that is all of the RAM is now on the board. So next we're gonna do the case. So I'm gonna get the case ready. So we're gonna cut for a sec, get the case ready, and then get the ready to put the board in. So the case is prepped. We put the motherboard stands in that weren't already in the case. So let's get the board in. And there we go. That's that one. The plastic stand in the corner. Get that lined up. There we go, and everything else should follow. So let's get this in. The screws, obviously corner to corner first. So as we've got the plastic stand in the bottom, I'm going to do the opposite. Right, the board is in. Now for the power supply. Again, we're using a really heavy Asus power supply that Eddie is looking at now. 750 watt, because remember from our previous video, the graphics card needs a minimum of 650.
Right, recording.
So, power supply's in, the board is all plugged up. So, apart from the power supply to the board, obviously. So we're going to pop in the graphics card. So there we go. We did have a slight issue with this because this case, at first glance, it didn't look like it was going to take this card, but these cases have, on the rear, they have a little, get that in, there we go, has this, remove for long cards. So if you use this case, which is the Antec VSK4000, it has this on the other side. So you need to take the back of the case off. So you've got to take the back bit off and then unscrew. So I'll get on and finish securing the graphics card and then we'll get on to the next bit. So power supply's in, the board is all plugged up. So, apart from the power supply to the board, obviously. So we're going to pop in the graphics card. So there we go. We did have a slight issue with this because this case, at first glance, it didn't look like it was going to take this card. But these cases have, on the rear, they have a little, get that in, there we go, has this, remove for long cards. So if you use this case, which is the Antec VSK4000, it has this on the other side. So you need to take the back of the case off. So you've got to take the back bit off and then unscrew. So I'll get on and finish securing the graphics card and then we'll get on to the next bit. So we are plugging in the SATA cables. This is a really tight job. Right, SATA 2. I said there are 6 ports on this board. 3, There we go. So this is the fourth one from the hot swappable bay. Okay, so those four there are full, and then the other one we need to pass through that one there for the DVD drive. There are two SATA ports. There we go. So that was all of the SATA cables plugged up. I'll turn around. I'm going to do a bit of cable maintenance to make that look as good as we can. Angle that back for you so you can see. Currently a little bit messy, but we're going to do our best to tidy it up, but that is a lot of cables. So we'll get that done and then we'll come back. So you can see there, the lights on the graphics card are powering through. We're just firing it up, so Eddie's going to go into the BIOS and make sure everything in there is good. And there we go. You can see all of the RAM, chassis fans being picked up, CPU fan. You can see that the date's right, but the time's wrong. And the time is, I don't actually know. The time is 10:26.
Right. The customer wants to be able to run virtual machines, so
And turned on the hot plug. So I've got all the bays on the front. as you can see, looking at the front of the case, you can see that he's got the hot swappable bays we've installed and we put in the DVD drive.
Just got to remember where the virtual machine is. Right, okay.
Virtualization enabled. And there we go.
Right.
That is where our part ends, because the customer is obviously using hot swappable drives which he's supplying, so our job here is done. You can see it's powering down, got all your lights.
Restart.
There we go, all done. So, like the video, subscribe, any questions, all the components we've used, we're going to put info at the bottom. This has not been paid for in any way, shape or form by any of the manufacturers of the components. This is us recording a build that we are doing for a customer with parts that we have purchased as a business. Thanks for watching, bye!